Question number 10, the Honourable Lianne Dalziel.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Education. On what date did she approve the proposal for changes to the school's network in Canterbury, announced last Thursday? And when were school principals and Board of Trustee chairs affected by the proposed closures first invited to a briefing on that proposal?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker. In answer to the first part, Cabinet approved the Education Renewal Plan for Christchurch, Waimakariri and Selwyn on 20 August 2012, including a $1 billion investment. In answer to the second, on 5 September a newsletter went to all schools inviting them to a meeting on 13 September. This was followed up on 6 September by an email invite, and on 7 September hard copy invites were sent to all schools. Further, Mr Speaker, the Principal and Board Chair of proposed closing, merging and relocating schools were contacted by phone the day before the announcement. At 10 a.m. on Thursday, 13 September, I personally went with most of the affected schools and then with all schools, outlining the government's proposal and opening the Ministry of Education's third phase of consultation.
The Honourable Lianne Dalziel.
Why didn't she brief the schools proposed to close before the day of the public announcement to minimise the impact of unexpected news on the parents who have relied on these schools for stability and normality in their children's lives since the earthquakes?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr Speaker, in weighing up all of the circumstances and factors, I chose to brief them first at 10 o'clock in the morning. The expectation that the embargo until 2 o'clock would give them the opportunity to speak to their schools. In the event, the embargo was extended to 4 o'clock and was broken.
The Honourable Lianne Dalziel.
Is the consultation that boards are being asked to undertake where closures or mergers are indicated, consultation as required under the Education Act to close or merge a school, or is it a genuine opportunity to influence a different outcome from the closure or merger proposals?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr Speaker, we opened the third phase of consultation on the 13th of September. There will be specific processes unfolding depending on the status of the particular school.
A point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, the Honourable Lianne Dalziel.
Mr Speaker, I ask that question very carefully because there are consultation requirements under the Act, and I don't believe that the Minister addressed the question.
The substance of the question was whether the consultation process would simply follow the requirements as spelled out in the Act, or whether there was an opportunity to actually influence the outcome of the proposal. If the Minister could help in her answer with that, that would be most helpful. The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To be clear,
The member's not helping.
To be clear,
I don't mean the Minister.
the third stage of consultation opened last Thursday on the 13th of September. At the point that I formally begin the process under the Act, then that process will be followed and those particular schools will be notified.
The Honourable Lianne Dalziel.
Can she confirm that any school earmarked for closure from January 2013 will not be required to close in 2013 unless they voluntarily select this option, and what steps can they take to remain open?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr Speaker, as I've already said, the third stage of consultation opened on the 13th of September. 13 schools are proposed for closure, of which 2 have indicated they wish to seek voluntary closure. The remaining will be on a timeline that incorporates both this open consultation now and under the Act at a date that I am yet to define. It will be in the unfolding of that process that we will know what the subsequent steps and their timeline will be.
Question number 11. I beg your pardon. Point of order, the Honourable Lianne Dalziel.
Point of order. I seek leave to table a statement from nearly 130 of the people who attended the Aruia model school meeting last night, asking for support around the fact that there is no major earthquake damage at their school roll is steady, and have a dedicated community and staff behind us committed to supporting the school.
Leavers sought to members are inquiring the source of the document. It's just a signed statement from a meeting?
It's a signed statement from close to 128 people have signed this. It's not a petition. It doesn't have a prayer.
It's a signed statement by 120 members of a community involved in this process. Leavers sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection. Question number 11, Simon O'Connor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question's to the Minister of Revenue and asks, how has the government made the student loan scheme more affordable for taxpayers?